Hey, what's up, guys? It's Foster. Welcome to another episode of Ask Me Anything. So, if you guys don't know, this is just where I'm taking questions from all of our Sound School students and trying to give you a reasonable and somewhat comprehensive answer to these questions. So, today we have an awesome question. I can't remember who asked this, but they asked, what is the difference between the pronunciation of laughed and left? So this is a great question, and it is one of the most common mistakes that I'm seeing with all of our Sound School students, even our most advanced students. So it actually really surprised me at first that this was a mistake because honestly, I did not think these were very difficult sounds. But now that we have really focused on all of these sounds in Sound School, I am noticing that these are pretty difficult sounds because they're really similar, and at least the ah sound does not exist in Brazilian Portuguese. So just to give you some context, we are talking about laughed and left. So laughed is the past tense of laugh, like, ha 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 ha, that's funny, I'm laughing, right? And then left would be the past tense of the verb to leave, like, I left work at 6 p.m. yesterday. Or it could also be the opposite of right, like, take a left at the next stop. So these are what we call minimal pairs, which means these are two words that are exactly the same except for one sound. And in this case, it is just the vowel sound. That's the only difference between these two sounds. And this is great news for us because it really helps us identify the sound that we are having difficulties with and understand the differences between the two words. So in this case, the difference between the two words is pretty difficult, and what I've noticed is most students simply cannot perceive the difference. So if I say laughed and left, you are just hearing pretty much the same thing. So let me break it down for you. We have two sounds in English that are very similar, but for English speakers, they will sound noticeably different. That means if you make this mistake to an English speaker, they will hear you saying the incorrect word, and it's very obvious to us. So let's start with the first sound. This is the ah sound, and it is a very open sound, which means our tongue position is low and our mouth is very open. So imagine opening your mouth as much as possible and then just say ah, ah. And if you need a little bit of extra help, you can look at yourself in a mirror while you're saying this, which is always just a good thing to do. And your mouth should almost be making a shape like a square. So this is the sound in words like cat, hat, dad, magic, mad, traffic, disaster, master. Okay? So just to clarify, this is a very open and front sound. So you want to open your mouth a lot, and then just imagine that you're kind of pushing everything in your mouth, your tongue, your teeth, your lips, everything to the front, and then say ah, ah. Okay, so that is the first sound in the word laughed. And then we have the eh sound. So this is very similar to the ah, but it does have some pretty big differences. So the eh sound is very close to the eh in Portuguese, like pois é, cara. Pois é, that's it's almost Spanish, like pois é, like cara. But it's a little more closed and relaxed in that. So this sound is in words like bed, head, read, instead, etc. And this sound is more closed and more to the center than the ah sound. So again, we have two sounds, the ah and the eh. So let's look at some minimal pairs so we can really compare these two sounds. So an easy one is dad and dead. So dad is pai, and dead is morto, right? So you can see in this example that it's really important to understand the difference, because you don't want to talk about your dad and you're actually saying he is dead or something like that. So when you say dad, pai, you are really, really opening your mouth and saying dad, dad. And then when you say dead, morto, you can relax your lips a little bit, relax everything a little bit more, and then the sound comes from a little bit more in the center of your mouth. So we're saying dead, dead. And again, if you look in a mirror when you're saying this, when you say dad, your mouth is really, really open. It kind of looks like a square shape. And then dead, your mouth is much more closed. It's just like you're talking normally. So just listen to me say it a couple times. Dad, dead. Dad, dead. We also have this sound in bad and bed, like ruim e cama. So bad, ruim, my mouth is very open to the front. Bad, it's like a sheep, you know. They say, ah, bah. And then bed, bed. So dad, dead, bad, bed. And then finally, we have the example in the question, laughed, left. Same thing. Laughed, left. So I really recommend that you take some time, even if you feel comfortable with these sounds, take some time, get in front of a mirror, and really practice with these monomal pairs like dad, dead, bad, bed, laugh, left. And just make sure that you can see the difference physically, and then that you can hear the difference. And it will really, really, really help your conversation, because these are two super common sounds. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope that helps answer your question. And yeah, I think that's all I got for today. I will see you guys in the next Ask Me Anything question. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.